Here is a brief but important timeline. Between the 9th and 12th hours on Wednesday, 3 to 6 p.m., Jesus died. Luke 23, verses 44 to 46. With Pilate's permission, Joseph of Arimathea procured the body, wrapped it in linen, John 19:40, and placed it in the sepulchre, Luke 23, 50 to 53. By the time the burial was complete, the Sabbath drew on, verse 54. Thus the burial took place on Passover day, shortly before sunset. Passover is what is called a preparation day. The day of Passover precedes an annual Sabbath called the first day of unleavened bread, or a high Sabbath, or high day, John 19:31. This Sabbath fell on a Thursday that year. It was on this day that the high priest and the Pharisees came to Pilate to ensure Christ's tomb was sealed and guarded, Matthew 27, 62 to 66. Mark 16:1 records what occurred Friday. And when the annual Sabbath was past, Mary Magdalene and Mary the mother of James and Salome had bought sweet spices that they might come and anoint him. Verse 2 jumps to Sunday morning. The phrase, "and when the Sabbath was past," refers to the Thursday high day. Since the women could not buy spices on the seventh-day Sabbath, Saturday, Friday was the only time they could have done this. Luke 23:56 states, "And they returned and prepared spices and ointments, and rested the Sabbath day according to the commandment." After buying the spices, they returned and prepared them to be applied to Christ's body in the tomb, which they planned to do after resting on the weekly Sabbath, again Saturday. The next verse, Luke 24:1, adds, "Now upon the first day of the week, Sunday, very early in the morning, they," the women, "came to the sepulchre, bringing the spices which they had prepared, and certain others with them." The women found the tomb empty. Verse 3. Two angels informed them that Christ was already risen. Verses 4 to 6. Mark 16:2 states that the women were present at the rising of the sun. This means Jesus was resurrected before sunrise. John 20, verse 1 tells us that Mary Magdalene came early when it was yet dark and found the stone that sealed the tomb was already rolled away. So a sunrise resurrection was impossible because Jesus was already resurrected. Let this sink in. Nowhere does Scripture record that Jesus rose at sunrise on Sunday morning.